Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to another scene for the living world of darkness, Rage Across New York, where we'll set scene at the Seeker's cabin because it's just so gosh darn convenient. It's so gosh darn convenient. And 10 Point is a little out of her norm. She's a little out of sorts today. She's in fact over around the side of the cabin with the small mountain of antlers that have been hacked from atop her head at various times for the sake of the veil, of course. And for whatever reason, she is just finding it extremely cathartic to pitch them full force as hard as she can, just away into the dirt against a tree. It really doesn't matter. She's just throwing the shit out of them. And of course, there's kind of a satisfying clacking or clattering sound each time one of them flies off, and eventually she'll have to go pick them up. But for now, you know what? She's got a lot of ammo, okay? We have to cut these things off all the time. So she's just, with little grunts of effort and whatnot, just wigging these things to the point where, like, she'll at least one point end up, with the arm fully forward and, like, one of her legs kicked back a bit because she overspent it a little. And yeah, she's just, I guess, getting it out of her system.
She saying anything? Making the commotion?
She could be muttering. It probably won't be very intelligible because, let's face it, she doesn't usually really speak up in the first place, much less when she doesn't especially want to be heard. But yeah, there could be muttering about fucking always fighting, never listen, and even apologize, but no, like, and just just ranting at a very, very low volume. Like, it could be heard and it could be irritating, I guess, but it's not like someone's gonna pick up the whole conversation she's having with herself.
Well, as she's throwing things and
Pretty much.
outside,
yeah, about like that.
An apple comes flying out of the last bedroom window in the cabin, just right at the side of her head, just full force.
And you know what? I'm gonna do a thing. I'm gonna take one whole rage because she's already really agitated, and something just slams her in the side of the skull, and she whips around in, like, just shock and temper. Let's face it, that's pretty much what it is comparatively. But she's feeling it. She's feeling it right now. It's nothing compared to what's in that room, but she's feeling it so good.
Well, in that window is a face. This face. Just leering at her.
And well, she did that quick whirl around. Like, nobody knows what she thought she was going to do because, I mean, she's not even close to where that apple came from, and she's not really that violent, but she kind of whirled around like she had a thought, and she sees the glare, and she just starts to kind of, from that kind of popped up energetic posture, just kind of that extra energy just kind of slowly sinks out.
Problem, Omega? Having some difficulties? Or are you just being allowed to, just for the sake of being absolutely insufferable?
So how good is her? Like, how much of a wall do we have between Dallas and the pack? Like, how much ambience do we got going on in there?
About 96.7% ambience.
Oh, okay, so that's a pretty strong ambience. She just kind of deflates entirely. And by the time the yelling starts, she just kind of she's actively doing that thing she does where she tends to slouch just a bit because it puts her head a little lower, just a little. And finally, just, with that burning 3 rage, burning, I tell you, proceeds to declare, like a proud Fianna, "No, Raya. Nothing important."
So you mean that you've been distracting me from reading more of the manuals that I've been using to try and get better at blacksmithing for absolutely nothing?
Okay, it's not so much that it's nothing, Raya. It is
What is it, 10 Point?
perhaps
Not your
not as
words.
important
Use them. Use your words.
as I thought it was. She kind of glances over her shoulder briefly, like almost longingly after all the antlers she's going to have to go pick up, knowing that there's no way that's going to work right now.
Dallas is gonna look back at her bed. She's gonna walk in there. Come inside, 10 Point.
Yes, Raya. And the antlers, the apple core, all of it is just left to the wayside as she meanders around to the front of the cabin and into the door. And of course, she will make a point of being very light-footed about it and not even letting the door click, but so loud as she comes inside. And depending on whether Dallas has actually left her room, will kind of give a pause and a glance around and then slink with growing dread back into the hall.
Those hallways are eerily silent.
And by time 10 Point gets to her doorway, she's got that full slouch going, really. Like, the head's a little low, the shoulders are just a touch low, not enough to be obtrusive and obnoxious, but it's definitely blatant submissive behavior as she kind of pauses. And is the door open?
Just a crack.
Just pauses there, because you know what? Dallas can hear her coming. She knows Dallas can hear her coming. She could probably hear Dallas hearing her coming. Like, she's tapping in as hard on the pack link as she can manage without getting caught up in that sweet ambience.
Everything's still quiet.
Point's just going to, you know what? She wasn't told to come into her room. She just said, "Come inside." So after a pause, she stands there kind of like it when you send a kid to the corner for timeout. That's pretty much how she's standing at the door, just waiting and hoping. And maybe she can leave this spot soon. That would be cool. But in the meantime, we're just going to be really quiet.
And then from the bathroom door across from her room, Alice is going to lash out with that book in hand and slam it down on 10 Point.
I should have put this in the roller. I'm going to do that now.
I did for us.
Oh, but I named it Yo Temper Ain't Shit. This is an appropriate name, too.
See? Dice gods are already in your favor. They'll let me get one success. The book. Not the book. Strength +1. You took 3 bashing?
Potentially. Only 2 of it.
Yeah. So 10 point gets a nice little clock in the back of the head with the big old blacksmithing book.
It's just enough to put some oomph behind it instead of just being the solid pop.
Mm-hmm.
And admittedly, all things considered, it's not the oncoming swing that's the problem. It's, that is some sweet, sweet ambience in that backlink. That's a lot of rage. That's a lot of simmering. That's a lot of really close to the surface simmering. So it's not so much that she's gonna hit me as the, oh my god, it's coming right for me. So when she hears that, like, just even the teeniest creak from the bathroom door, she does that whole thing where you whirl in shock and horror and kind of jerk away, which, seeing as it is opposite to Dallas's bedroom door, will put her through Dallas's cracked door because, I mean, at least it's cracked so it opens instead of potentially being damaged. But now 10 Point has fallen head over fucking antlers into Dallas's room, just kind of with a yelp of, not severe pain, but just kind of pained surprise.
Dallas will step in and then just toss the book down on her. Suppose maybe you should read it, since I can't seem to get the chance to today. And she's going to step inside, and then her hand is just going to go to that door and slowly shut it behind her.
10 Point decides that it's a very tactically sound plan to stay right there on the floor. Though as the book is tossed down, she'll make some attempt to kind of catch it so it doesn't end up falling open and mussing the pages or something like that. Though the door shutting that's not her happy place. She thought she was so mad a minute ago. She didn't know. She didn't even know.
How's it going, 10 Point? Something on your mind? Something you want to share?
I'm sure I've already bothered you enough, Freya. Would you...
Oh, no.
It's really nothing. She's not even convinced herself, really, at this point. It's just that, like, I'm fighting it. I'm losing. I'm already losing. I'm not even finished with the sentence that I'm losing.
I see. And she's going to walk over to her little bookshelf, and she's going to look at it. She's going to cross her arms. Let's see. No, that's a paperback. Sorcerer the Rising. I don't even have a copy of that. No. Oh, The Grapes of Wrath. Fitting. Just gonna pull that thick ass book. She's just gonna walk over to 10 Point. And you know how when you just like hold a book in between both hands, spine and like the front of the book?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna set it so that way it's perfectly parallel with the ground. And she's gonna stand directly over 10 Point's head, look right down at her face, and just drop the book.
I mean, all things considered, 10 Point is holding a book in one arm already, making it very hard to cleanly catch another. So while she will not be smooth and suave about it, as this book rapidly descends towards her face, she will kind of awkwardly try to snag it before it lands on her face, because she rather likes her face not smashed. Like, that's not how this day is gonna go, but gosh darn it, she can't help but try.
And while she's down there, Dallas is gonna stomp on her stomach while she's distracted. I'm a bad person.
No, Dallas is a bad person. She is prone, though.
Yeah.
Am I losing you? That was weird. Oh, one of it is soaked again.
So yeah, she just kind of brings her foot down into 10-point stomach.
It's enough to get a grunt and kind of an appreciable little like pain twinge to it, but nothing too terrible yet. She kind of does that curl around it thing you do, like I'm gonna protect my stomach even though there's a shoe in it.
Dallas is just going to take her time, kind of grinding her heel back and forth. 10-point, what's got you all worked up? Why are you being annoying today? Why are you mumbling to yourself outside while throwing your antlers all over creation? Starts grinding the heel down a little bit more.
Raya, I am just frustrated with my own inability to do what needs doing.
I see. And what would that be?
I had the thought, Raya, that I was more adept or more skilled, perhaps you and Aiden Raya would not be quite so at odds.
Oh, I get it. I get it. So you saying you're a little fed up? A little out of sorts?
There's just like that pause, and that silence draws on just that couple ticks too long as she realizes there's just no answer. There's no good answer. She just kind of does that cringe, like, because this is gonna end bad, and yeah, she just kind of expects it.
Dallas is gonna reach down and grab a hold of 10-point's antlers.
Yep, those are a
Gonna,
thing.
gonna roughly pull her up to her feet.
I don't remember when did I cut them off last? I think they're back by now.
It was at the bar scene, which is on Monday night? Maybe Sunday night?
Oh yeah, so she's good. She's good. They're fully grown in, so it won't like hurt her beyond the fact that like I mean,
She's being
it's the
yanked
same
up by
if you
the
had like
skull.
I mean it's by the skull. That's her spine, and she needs that. But it's yeah, it could be a lot worse. But yeah, she gets heaved and kind of frantically tries to shove herself up in response, like kind of tries to follow it. To a certain point, there's only so much she can do besides kind of lock her shoulders and neck and part of her back so that it doesn't like do her neck damage.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, suddenly she's up now.
So me and Aiden, Raya, we've done something. It's our fault that you're upset right now. Hmm?
Oh, no, no, Raya.
Really? Because that's kind of what you said in a roundabout way.
I never intended to blame you, Raya. No, I just... It's not you, and it's not him.
And Dallas is just gonna smack the shit out of 10 Point. Open hand.
Ah!
Across the right side of the face.
It startles her. Mostly because an open hand slap isn't a thing kind of meant to deal damage so much as pain. And, well, let's face it, usually they're pretty brutal.
Mm-hmm.
So it actually kind of startles a yelp out of her. And she ends up with one bright red cheek. And her eyes a little wide.
Try again, 10 Point. Try speaking from the heart, with feeling.
Raya. I couldn't help but notice that since finally, after all of your effort and all of our speaking to our alpha and beta, you've finally been able to join our pack. And we have got along worse since than before. And it frustrates me that I cannot pinpoint the heart of the issue.
Oh, I see. It was harmonious before. It's my fault.
No, Raya.
From that left side.
Yeah. Another sharp slap, kind of a gasp of shock and pain, because, again, nobody fucking just slaps her. That just never fucking happens. Now, both of her cheeks are bright red. No, Raya, it's not your fault.
Oh, so it's Aiden's fault then.
No, Raya.
So then you agree with what he's been saying? To me, the things he's been doing? I guess I should have.
No,
I
Raya.
should have expected that. Mm-hmm.
No, Raya, he doesn't mean it so harshly. He's just protective of you.
Oh, because how you show somebody cares by constantly ragging on the I see. And she's gonna turn around and open up the door and step out, and you know that sound of someone going down the hallway as they're talking in an angry manner.
Um,
Oh,
she is holding 10 Point's antler. Is 10 Point going with her?
yes.
Oh boy. They're going on a trip.
Oh, oh, I should have known that just the nasty things that he says about me and Karina, all of that, just that's just from a place of love. Just a great way to show kindness and affection for one's packmate is to just drive them up a fucking tree to make them feel like they're like the person that they care about is somehow inferior or is a blight or is just some kind of major taboo. I just for you to put it in perspective for me, 10 Point, I feel like I should thank you. How should I thank you, 10 Point?
Raya.
10 Point, how should I thank you?
She just starts kind of shrinking again. I don't deserve thanks, Raya.
No, I think you do. I think you do. And she's gonna back 10 Point up against the wall.
Are they still inside?
Yes, you should
Okay.
take her outside. Dallas is not going outside if at all possible today. She doesn't want a chance of
That's a good plan.
She doesn't want a chance of the Central Park bear running rabbit again. No one.
Terrible.
Don't want anybody to be like, it's back. So yeah, she'll back 10 point up against the wall, and any of those points angle backward at least in any of the slightest way?
Not really. It's not one of those things where you can jam them into the wall or something.
Damn.
No, they all kind of curl like either forward or up and in a little bit. Like she really does have to like straight lower her head and charge in order to do like to point it at something.
Fair enough. Then Dallas will just kind of, she'll make sure that 10 points back is firmly braced against the wall, and then she'll smile and just rub one of those rosy red cheeks. I want you, just all the love and affection that I've gotten from Aiden. I think just the way to thank you is to make you feel that warm feeling in the pit of your stomach.
She immediately like starts the cringe where like you can tell that her midsection like flexes as a response.
I don't think that's what she meant.
You said the warm feeling in the pit of your stomach, and I'm waiting for for very direct violence to occur vaguely in my abdominal region. So yeah.
It's only one.
Is it a punch or?
It's just a gut punch, and it did very little in the way of damage.
Nope, she is good.
Yeah, you braced your stomach just fine. 10 point. It's just being around you is a lightning. I don't know what I'd do without you. Don't know what I'd do without the wonderful Metis Omega that's walked into my life, or that lovely Fiona Ragabash who I just couldn't do without.
I know it's been frustrating. And I'm sorry that I haven't done better. But he does worry. He does care.
He worries. And he cares. And I'm not going to scream in your ear, Katie.
Yep. I appreciate that. I appreciate that gesture that you have made to me.
Dallas will turn her head and just scream at her. That is a hell of a way to show it. And we need to roll initiative.
That's a good plan. She cringes so hard it's very possible one of her feet's gonna come off the floor. Like she curls. And if she's being held up by an antler,
I believe the term is eep.
Yeah. I should have added my shit, but I didn't.
Can you beat a 23?
No, there's no way I can, but it would be nice to know what my shit is. There we go. I mean, it doesn't matter. You're good. You certainly have initiative, madam.
So what Dallas is going to do is the smartest thing she can do right now, because under any other circumstance, Dallas would probably be in a much more rational state of mind, but it's the full moon very easy for her to frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole thing has been leading to her getting what she knows is 10 points honored and sacred duty.
Yep.
But given that she actually cares about 10 points, it's something she actually has to work herself towards being this vindictive, this downright cruel. And so she will spend a point of rage to shift into Glabro.
Oh dear.
And she will spend an additional 3 to start punching.
Damn.
It's much better if she's on like 2 rage today.
That is an very efficient method you seem to have there. Well, do go on. Because I'm pretty sure the best I can do is maybe try to block the first shot. Like, if nothing else, as she kind of curls her arms and stuff in and tries to shield her body.
Mm-hmm. 5 successes. Thank God it's not claws.
That would end in tears.
Mm-hmm.
I blocked away 1 whole die.
Woo! Woo! Right, her strength is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Can you soak 3 bashing?
I can sure try. No though. No. I don't think I will. I think I'm just gonna eat it like a champion.
Thank God for the regen.
I mean, not in the course of the rage actions, but she'll be fine in the wake of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's 3.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a body shot.
Mm-hmm.
She like gives a heave as the force of it like kind of forces her guts and her organs to do things that they are not meant to do.
They reverberate.
Yeah.
Dallas is then going to go in for a grapple. And her goal with this grapple is to get a hold of one of 10 points arms.
I imagine that she is going to succeed, but I will do my due diligence in rolling my strength brawl against yours. It's gonna be good.
7 successes.
I literally can't beat that. I will just roll to show the futility though, because who doesn't like that?
You can make it hurt less. See?
I mean, oh, that's true. Well, you don't do damage on initiating a grapple, do you?
No, but the successes can carry over in that initial damage.
You don't initially do damage with a grapple. It's just grabbing.
Oh.
You squeeze in subsequent turns.
Okay.
But that's okay, because you still got 2 more actions!
Dallas is going to use those to apply pressure to try and snap that arm. Strength. First rage round is nothing.
First rage round, 10-point manages to thrash in such a way that she can't get the purchase to snap it. It bends the way it's supposed to. Damn it! Maybe it's just because her hands are so big and 10 points arm is comparatively so small. It's hard to keep a grip on the damn thing.
With 1 success, she's given 10-point Indian arm burn.
Oh my god.
Can you soak the Indian arm burn?
Oh my god. I'll say it's at least a jostle to like her shoulder or something. Jesus. Twist it around a bit. Tweak the joint. I don't know. Something that's not an Indian roper. That's terrible. She does in fact soak. She's a thrashy little thing, isn't she, when you only grab her arm? It's almost like she doesn't want you to snap it.
Mm-hmm. So,
albeit at this point there's probably like something on the verge of straight panic going on as she realizes that Dallas has no shit grabbed her arm with every obvious intention of trying to get a hold of it in such a way that she can just kind of break it like a twig.
yep. So back at the top of initiative. And Dallas is on 2 rage. And Dallas is going to spend 1 point of rage to shift into Krynos.
Oh dear.
And is 10 point going to try and break that grapple?
10 point could do a thing. But even at 1 rage, I don't know if it's a good idea. Hold on. Let me think about this. This is a life decision.
Well, I don't think she can frenzy on you at the moment.
Well, no, but she could be very angry later. I don't know if she would appreciate it, but I'm really tempted to do it because it would be funny as hell. And what's the point of having shed if you never use it?
Oh! Oh! Oh, she is gonna beat you so fucking hard after you do that.
To be fair, you just took Krynos! Like, I know you're taking a rage as a result, but that'll still only put you back at 2!
Has anybody ever heard a Kratos go, woo?
You know, 10 point generally can keep her composure, but around time the war form comes out, you know, sooner or later, the will to live just kicks in. So I think we're gonna roll it. There's no guarantee it'll work, but I'm gonna roll it. I can't. I'm gonna do it. Div 7. This is not a strong pull for her. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh, please, Snake Spirit. Please. That's 2 successes. So yeah. It's creepy. But yeah, it's not even like it's not a slimy process. It's just like what a snake do. 10 point sees Dallas hit Krynos, and there's that half second of look up and take in exactly what's going on there, in addition to the amount of just barely simmering fury that's just rolling like a nice thick mist through the pack link. And she decides that she doesn't want to die today and activates a gift and very abruptly gives a twist and a pull, leaving behind just a thin, I mean, she's in Hamid, it's a very thin layer of dry skin, and slips her hand free, slips her entire arm out of that giant paw, and let me think. What's nearby? Is there a window? Is there a door? I gotta go.
Well, you're in the kitchen.
Oh god. The kitchen is full of things that are dangerous.
A lot of knives in there.
There's a lot of things in there that I don't want to be close to. You know what? Just because of the sheer shock value, I'm gonna activate the gift and then dive between her giant paws and hope it takes her too long to understand what the fuck just happened to catch her before she hits the back door. Just Like, I will roll a Dex Athletics or something if you like. In addition.
Go for it.
Again, not a strong pool, but you know what?
You realize if you fail this, she's gonna be on the ground, right? With her back to Dallas.
I'm gonna spend a willpower because I don't want to die. I'm gonna spend a willpower. And get 5 successes with that willpower. She fucking activates this gift, just like gives a quick wrench of the body, drops, and launches between Dallas's feet, fleeing the battlefield. And while Dallas is just kind of going, what the fuck is still in my army? Or is still in my hands even? Enjoy. I will also spend a point of rage because you spend a point of rage and I don't want to die. It's your rage action, buddy.
Well, 10 points turned around, right? Making a break for it.
10-point has literally, like, you had her held in front of you, somehow slithered out of your hand, hit the dirt, and dove between your feet. She is now behind you. And
I'm going to roll her wits alertness to see if she even can spin around to try and swat at you. And I'm not even going to give her the sight bonus for this one. So if a Krios could look horrified as she wheels around because the little shit got out, and she looks at this like, Jessica Rabbit style glove of skin in her hand.
I mean, it's not going to stay very cohesive. It's probably fairly, like, dryish, but I mean, you've probably held a snake skin before. So, yep. Is she even mad, or is she just sad now?
No, she's pissed.
Oh, God damn it.
10 point! It's just going to try and hit 10 point.
Jesus
I'm going to try and punch you in the back.
How much distance would you say I got? I guess you did roll to recover, but let's see. I got 5 successes on get the fuck out, and you got 3 successes worth on, like, figuring out what the fuck just happened?
I would say then, rather, even though your back is turned to her, it's not a reduced difficulty because you're just on that cusp of her range.
Yeah, sure. That seems nice because you're punching for lethal right now, and I still don't want to die. It's magical how that happens.
Oh shit, that's right. She's in Kranos.
Yeah, you're in Kranos.
Oh fuck. Yeah, she's not gonna kill fucking 10 point. She's gonna try and grapple her.
I was gonna say you can always just make a snatch and call it a grapple.
Yeah, that's what she's gonna do. Thank you for reminding me. Because I suddenly when I rolled that, you'd have been like, Vinny! You know what? I'll put the. Yeah, all right.
I mean, if it's just a grapple, you don't need to worry about other modifiers, really, because, yeah, it just makes sense to do it at normal diff or whatever. Oh, Jesus.
2 successes.
I might have a chance in hell. Not a big one, but a little one.
Don't forget your dice penalty.
I'm trying to remember where the fuck I was sitting on damage earlier. One second here. There's a 3d10. That was 3 damage. So she's healed back one of it, I think.
Yes. She's at -1
Okay.
at the most.
Okay. That's what I get for not paying close attention. Strength brawl. It's just strong pool. Defender. She like gets that so close to being a grip where you just feel it slipping out from between your fingers in that infuriating way, and she just nope. And is it what that was your rage action was to whip around and respond, I think?
Yeah.
I'm just expending that rage action to
get to the door.
In fact, to ensure I do by using that rage to shift to Lupus.
Why are you gonna shift to Lupus? How are you gonna open the door?
That's true. You can't really fit through the door, can you, right now?
I mean, I have an idea of what's going to happen if 10 Point has to stop.
Well, I mean, it's just freely using... Actually, I can... Yeah, I guess it would just be to run. I don't know. That's weird. Because, I mean, you can't spend rage on a rage action.
No, I can't.
Okay. Then the declared action is, yeah, she's running, because at this point, at the very least, Dallas is awkwardly twisted around to try to make a last-second snatch, and 10 Point is running full tilt. So, yeah, she's going out that back door.
Okay. All right, then. So she's running for the back door?
She is, like, just bullying for the back door. Yep.
Dallas will spend a point of rage to shift down into...
No one actually, yeah. Well, I guess it's technically your action anyways, yeah, so...
Yeah, main action. And she is going to shoulder check 10 Point. And for the sake of comedy, Katie, how much damage would, or how much force, how many successes worth of force would you say it would take to break 10 Point and her through the back door?
Oh. So, like, break it instead of just popping it open? Because let's face it, 10 Point's going to be reaching to slam the knob. So it's very possible that she just pulls her out, the door slams the fuck open. It might crack against the wall or something, but the two of them could easily just fly the fuck out if you just want to make a tackle attack.
Yeah, it works. And 10 Point is like every other distressed maiden in a horror movie.
Yeah, actually with the theatrical bowling out the door.
Open. 10 Point can just hear those heavy doof, 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 doof. Only 3.
Oh, hey, and this is another round, so I'm down to 1 damage. Woo!
Yeah.
At least until this hits. Yeah! And from 1 back to 3.
Well, that wasn't a damage roll. That was tackle.
Oh,
so now, yeah.
I don't... What do I even roll against that?
It's just...
I would have to either dodge or you'd hit. Sorry. I'm dir.
It is a 10 Point going to attempt to dodge.
No, because if she dodges, she won't go through the door. There's no dodge. There's only continue going forward, really. So... Nah, I'll keep my action. Fuck it.
All right. We each have to roll a Dex Athletics to see if we stay up or if we hit the ground.
What
So
is my diff, sir?
7. 7 for
7?
both of us.
No, mine's higher, I think.
So now it says in the combat doc, it says Dex. Each combatant needs to roll Dex Athletics, Diff 7, or wind up on the ground.
Oh, did they house roll it? It's supposed to be okay. If it's house rolled, it's house rolled.
Mm-hmm. I have 2 successes to stay up.
That's so weird. Why would you change that? It's 1 success, but it's still enough that she won't completely eat shit, or even if she does hit the ground, she'll come back up at a quick like. Because I can't imagine she doesn't at least briefly hit the dirt for theatrical sake.
I mean, you've got Dallas barreling into her, and Dallas plans on going down with her. Because at the end of the day, Dallas knows that she's about to lose the wolf. And quite on purpose as well.
Oh,
1 bashing.
God. Soaked.
Cool. So yeah, Dallas will hit her and stumble off. And she does. She just melts back down into Hamid and just slumps against the wall, just panting, breathing heavy. Just like...
Jesus. So are they like out on the porch or like?
Yeah. I figured they both went stumbling out the back door.
Yeah, well, I mean, she got literally barreled out the back door onto the back porch. And yeah, thankfully that's where it ends. And I'm gonna assume that 10 Point is probably, you know, has hit the ground and like half recovered, but when Dallas finally goes all the way down, we'll kind of check her fight or flight there. In fact, I will. No, I won't. I don't feel like it. But yeah, she checks the fight or flight as Dallas starts to collapse back down, and finally, all of that tension, all of that taut bowstring ready to run shit, just kind of goes, and her legs kind of go jello, and she plops down as well. And if anything, we'll just kind of, especially if Dallas is looking like she's really struggling there, we'll kind of prop her up a bit.
She's gonna prop Dallas up?
If Dallas is looking like she's really struggling with the breathing, yes. Like
I
if she's
mean,
really going.
like, yeah, no, she's like panting and everything. Heavy, because it takes a great deal of exertion for an Arun to lose the wolf.
Uh-huh.
But like, she's just kind of sitting there back against the wall, sweating, arms up on her knees, just... But I don't think she needs propping of any kind.
And she will I suppose take 5 and melt her way down to Lupus. And is Dallas like just kind of focused on being where she is until she gets her air back, or is she trying to like hoist herself up and get back somewhere else?
Dallas is sitting there quite comfortably.
To a point, we'll melt into Lupus and somewhat tentatively ease in. Head low, tail low, body low, everything's low. Kind of, kind of ease in, and if nothing goes awry, ease a little more and try to kind of slide in and set her head on her lap, maybe.
Dallas won't allow it.
And then, only then, lets out a very tense breath. And lets herself start appreciating that was actually a surprising bit of exertion to stay out of I break you in half like a twig range that whole time. I was a little trying.
Dallas just puts her head up and get back against the side of the cabin and put a hand on 10-point scruff. I was just waiting for the excuse today. And I got it. Now I feel a lot better.
I'm glad, Raya.
Then that hand is going to grab a hold of that scruff and just kind of yank back.
Yep. I mean, you get exactly the result you would expect if you were to grab a wolf by the scruff.
Don't you ever do that vile shit to me ever again.
There's kind of an owlish blink for a second. Like, just a blank look.
You know damn well what I'm talking about.
And she kind of, like, there was the idle kind of standing pressure, but she kind of dead weights a little bit at that. Raya, you took Krynos.
10-point. Don't you ever do that again. If I am grabbing a hold of you, I am not trying to kill you. You understand?
She seems to have been weighing it pretty hard, but that last bit is a point. Yes, Raya.
Good. She'll let loose of the Lupus's scruff.
She makes some attempt to kind of return to where she was. Whether she's trying to reassure Dallas or herself at this point is kind of up in the air. It's probably herself.
Dallas will sit there and she'll kind of close her eyes, but she will raise up one brow as she sits there. You thought I was trying to kill you. Had you going?
The ears kind of like do a couple twitches, like I can't decide. Like I want to be annoyed or maybe embarrassed. I don't like. There's also the reflecting like 10-point doesn't close herself off strongly at all from the link, really. So she can kind of feel this undecided little flurry of emotions. Even in lessons, Raya, Krynos is the war form. There's a certain amount of survival instinct in any one of us.
I see. So the fear has come back, has it?
She goes a little tense.
Once this moon passes, looks like I'm going to have to start training you again.
It is not some unfathomable terror. It is simply a respect.
Reach out and just very gently clamp her hand around that muzzle.
There's resignation almost immediately. She
like
stops trying.
Wolfie equivalent of putting your finger up against someone's lips.
Yep, pretty much. She just immediately stops trying, and there's the little sense of resignation.
At least I didn't hit you on your kidney.
There's kind of bemused amusement. Just a little wave of it. Just a little pulse there of like, really? Like, I mean, yes, but really? It's completely wordless. She's much more comfortable just kind of letting you see what she's feeling. So yeah, it's just that, like, really? Really though? I mean, I like my kidneys, but really? Jesus. And the physical, however, manifestation of this is something akin to a canine shrug and a puff of breath. Like, yeah, fair. No, really?
And at that really, I mean, Dallas can't let that go unanswered, but she's not going to do the thing that you would think she would do in this situation. You know that really annoying thing you can do to a dog where you pet them really too hard on the head and drag your hand all the way back?
Oh, like all the way down their head instead of back?
Like all the way back over the top of their skull, down their back.
Oh, Jesus.
She just starts doing that. Angler her hand so she can actually get between the antlers coming in from like behind them. But she just starts doing that, and she'll make sure that she draws out the whole, like, pulling the
dragging the skin, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, 10 Point initially has no idea what the fuck she's doing. Like, for the first pass or two, she's just kind of confused because she feels like this is supposed to be a bad thing. But it's just kind of annoying. Okay, that's really annoying. Oh god, that's really fucking annoying. And she starts doing like the little flail around. Not earnestly trying to like really kick and get away, but like the, oh wait, I don't like this dog roll. Wait, I realized that I don't like this and I want it to stop happening. So I am going to, if I roll and I kick my little pawsies and I do a little squirm dance, I will get away from this. Yes.
She like roll on her back.
She essentially starts like doing, like, if you can imagine what a dog would do, like if you started doing that just to try to kind of squirm out of your arms and roll or whatever it takes to kind of like, no, I'm going to get out of your arms and then I'm just going to trot away.
I have been waiting so long to use this in a werewolf scene. So long. Because Dallas is just going to, like, as she moves, she's going to move her lap with 10 points so her head does not get out of Dallas's lap. And then she's just going to do...
Oh, no! I know exactly.
She starts doing this to 10 points.
Oh, my God. I'm not even mad. I don't know if 10 Point even knows what to do with that. I mean, you might have some issues because she has antlers. But, I mean, we can say there's splay enough and it's just far enough down her legs that she can do this. But yeah, her head gets shaken around until her tongue's, like, flopped out to one side. She's scared to close her mouth because she might bite it. And in the wake of this, like when it finally stops, she's just kind of dizzily, blearily blinking straight up.
And I think that is a perfect place to call that a scene.
That's magical. Let's do it. So thank you, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. And we'll see you next time on the Living World of Darkness. Rage across New York. Rage across the Seeker's Cabin.